what makes a good reference letter. So when I'm looking at a reference letter, I'm actually looking for 3 things. Firstly, complimentary. I mean, obviously you want a letter that sounds good, that looks good, and sometimes that's a little bit hard to control, but if you've had a good experience with someone, chances are they probably reciprocated and had a good experience with you. So we want that to be complimentary. The second thing that's important to me, maybe not so much to you, is that the report has to be discerning. Unfortunately, there are some people that write glowing reference letters and say that, hey, Adrian is of the top 1% of candidates that I've worked with in the last 20 years. And then I get another reference letter from the same person that says, Justin is one of the top number 1% of candidates that I've worked in the last 20 years. I mean, you get my point.
100%. Well, you can't take those seriously, right? Because who do you trust?
That's exactly right. So, and that's something that you can't worry about, but that's something for me to worry about. And this is where the concept of getting someone who actually sees people fairly regularly is particularly helpful. So what we have now is the AOS ranking system, where it's basically a Likert scale. And it's just a form, and the referees will check off where you are in terms of skills, knowledge, basic competency, and those are helpful. But again, without any narrative, it's hard to contextualize, which gets me to the third important part, which is the personal part. You'd like for that letter to be personal, so that I know when I get this letter that the person's actually given some thought about you, right? And that the report that they're giving is actually reflective of the experience that you have, and they have some stories to back that up. So if you're the top 1% candidate, they're also going to tell me why they think you're the top 1% candidate. It's like, you know what, I've never seen a resident or a medical student do this before. The way that he handled that situation, the way that he handled the family and the patients in this difficult time, his documentation, his understanding, these were really top notch to have those things.